like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Inspire with Fire, where we meet you at the intersection of life, faith, family, and business. I'm Krista Abbott, your host, and I'm very excited to be here with you today. We have some cool announcements, some things we're going to be talking about that are coming up next week, and I am like mega excited. Can somebody say, girl, she's excited? Because she sure is. I am, and I am so happy to see you guys here this morning. I see you coming into the room, so go ahead, our rooms, depending on where you're watching this stream from. We're broadcasting across multiple platforms this morning, so I don't know where you're from unless you tell me. But we are here. What I do need you guys to do as you come into the room is a couple of things. First, there is a link in the description. Wherever you're watching this video, there is a link in the description that I need you to click to give our software permission to show me your comments. I cannot see them unless you click that link and allow the software to show them to me in my control panel here. So go ahead, take a second right now, look around, scroll up, scroll down, depending on where you're watching it, and look for that link to StreamYard. Just click it, give it permission. It's not going to steal any of your information. It's secure. It's privacy protected. All it does is say, yes, you can show my comments to the broadcast host. So go ahead and do that for me. Then the second thing I need you to do after you do that is drop a comment. Let me know you're here. Test those comments out. Let me know where you're watching from and what you have going on this morning. And hey, since we are on multiple platforms now, good morning, Lori. I see you in the house. Since we are on multiple platforms now, oh, I need to stretch my neck. Then also you can tell me where you're watching. Are you watching on Facebook? Are you watching on YouTube? Are you watching on LinkedIn? Are you watching somewhere else in a group, on a page, on a profile? There's lots of places you could be watching this morning. So anyway, if you can go ahead and do that for me, that would be awesome. So I'm excited this morning because we are moving into one of my most favorite times of the year. It's like Christmas around here. But I look forward to this season every single year. And you know what? I'm not even Jewish. It may be in my family line somewhere. I don't know. I'm too drawn to this stuff for it not to be. But we are moving into some of the high holy days on the Hebrew calendar and in the biblical timeline as such. And this is my favorite time of the year. Somebody say, it's Krista's favorite time of the year. Get ready, y'all. Hey, you got your coffee this morning? Are y'all ready? I see a few more of you rolling on in. Good morning. Good to see you. Lindsay's here this morning. What's up, Lindsay? I'll have to stretch my neck. I got to figure out my framing for this new software. Man, that's big. Good morning. Good to see you this morning. Hey, tell Faith and Justice and all the kiddos I said hello. But it is my favorite time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I am talking about Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, the Feast of the Tabernacles. I'm talking about it all. I am excited. I look forward to it every year. I've been celebrating this time and this season, gosh, for probably 10 or 12 years now. I've been putting aside time to celebrate or honor this season that's a high holy day season. And these high holy days, they're commanded, they're appointed times or appointed festivals of God. You can read all about them in Leviticus chapter 23. Yes, I said Leviticus. I know y'all don't read that book very often. No, nobody like to read Leviticus. Somebody say it's a little awkward. But in chapter 23, I promise it's not awkward. Um, in chapter 23, it does share with us some of the festivals or the appointed times and seasons of God. And we are getting ready to move into a several week period, like almost a 3-week period where 3 of those festivals are actually celebrated in that short period of time. So it's a fun time of year. I love it. I'm excited about it. I look forward to it every year. And I know a lot of people are like, what? But why? Wait, that's all Old Testament. Leviticus, come on, girl, that's Old Testament. We got to worry about that as Christians. Well, no, you don't have to worry about it. But you know what? You get to celebrate it. You get to recognize it. You get to honor it. And there are blessings and there is favor for your life that is connected to the honoring of these seasons, that is connected to recognizing and understanding what these holy days that we're getting ready to move into are and what they represent. I see a few more of you rolling on up into the room this morning. So let's see. We got Melody in the house. Good morning, girl. Good to see you. You've been having some fun in that Jeep. I got to stretch my neck when I put y'all's comments up. Look, I'm going to have to play around with the framing of this a little better. I need to get it more better. Oh, you weren't able to stay on. You may not even be here at this point, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. And we have a Facebook user. Good morning. Hey, Facebook user, here's what I need you to do. I need you to click that link. There's a link up in the description above here. Click that link to give StreamYard permission to show me your comments. That way I know who you are. If you don't do that, I don't know who you are. So go ahead and click that. It's safe. It's okay. I promise you it's safe. I've clicked it 100 times myself for other people. But it is safe. Go ahead and click that. And all will be good in the hood. Somebody say it's good in the hood. It's going to get gooder, more gooder, more gooder. Are y'all excited about the Come Up Higher Challenge? For those of you who were with me on it last year, I know you are. I've seen a few of you go ahead and you've already registered and signed up and you're like, ooh, I'm there. I'm with it. I am too. I'm all about it. But I was talking about Old Testament. No, you don't have to. You get to. Yes, they are commanded seasons and they are appointed times and festivals of God. And God says this is a holy, solemn assembly and it is commanded. And I understand we're believers. We don't have to. We get to. So somebody say, I get to. I got invited to the party. So we're going to party. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be good. But God operates on this timeline. Here's why it's so important for Christians. And this is what I want folks to understand is God operates on this timeline. So yes, we have our calendar, but this is God's calendar. Okay, so we're going to tap into God's timeline. So you guys know how when Jesus was walking the earth, he talked about understanding the times and understanding the seasons and watching the signs of the times around you. Well, one way that you do that and you monitor and you can pay attention to and tap into the times and seasons is to actually understand what those times and seasons are and what calendar God is on. So if it's a special time of year for God, maybe we should lean in and pay attention to that because he might be up to something. He might be throwing a party, and if you're not paying attention, you're not going to get invited. So we need to pay attention to God's calendar and God's timeline and what he's doing. And so that is one of the things that we're doing with this. But it is also a time of introspection and reflection. Sort of like what we do here in at least in America and mostly worldwide, I think, is at the beginning of every new year, people look back and they reflect and they think on the prior year and they look ahead to the new year. They maybe set some goals and some ambitions for how they want their life to be different in the coming year. Well, this similar to that is happening right now on God's timeline. So that's what makes it so exciting, is so we get to do it now and then we get to do it again in December, and it's just all fun. It's like Happy New Year year round. Right? So we get to have 2 New Years. So I love it. I love it. I love it. So what I want to do today is, as we recognize this timeline that we're on, as we start to step into and look at what God is doing in this timeline that He has here, then I want us to just take some time, and I want to do a quick overview of the times that we're the actual holidays that we're moving into, just a quick snapshot of the dates that we're looking at, and what is involved in those. And then at the end, for those of you who are not already registered, I'm going to tell you how you can get registered for the upcoming free Come Up Higher Challenge that will be starting on Monday. Somebody say Monday. Tell me Monday in the comments. Hey, April, I see you rolling on up in the house. On your way to the gym, you go on ahead, girl. You get to the gym, you work out good now. You work out good. I'm going to hide behind your comment. So you work out good. But so the challenge is, I want to tell you that the challenge, it's not going to be just a history lesson. And those that were there with me last year can attest to this. It's not just a history or a cultural lesson to tell you, oh, this is what it is. This is what they do. It's not boring. I will give you some history and I will share some culture with you, but it's more of an integrative spiritual experience. It's more of a prophetic mentoring to help you integrate these spiritual concepts into your Christian walk, so that you can have greater clarity to hear God for your future, to know what He's saying to you, and to take you to that next place that you want to go to. So somebody say, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. Are y'all with me? So we'll talk more about that at the end, and I'll tell you how you can register for free and be a part of all of that. And but right now, quick overview. What time are we moving into? We are moving into some of the high holy days of Rosh Hashanah, which is the festival of trumpets. If you read about it in Leviticus 23, it's called the festival of trumpets. And that is the head of the year, or the new year on the Hebrew calendar. And this is going to be the year 5782. Somebody say, well, we only got 2022 here. We're going to move into 2022. No, the Hebrew calendar is 5782, because remember, that calendar is not split in half with BC and AD, right? That's just one calendar. 5782 is going to be the Hebrew year that we're moving into here in just a few days from now. Somebody say, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. I know I am. And so that's going to start on Monday, September 6th at sundown, and it runs through Wednesday, September 8th at sundown. So I'm very excited about that. And then that's going to carry us through. There's a 10-day period called the Days of Awe that takes us from Rosh Hashanah through Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, what is that? Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement. We'll talk a lot more about these and what all of this means in the challenge. I'm just giving you a quick bird's eye view of the timeline right now. So Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, that is talked about also in Leviticus chapter 23 as an appointed feast or a festival of God. And that starts on Wednesday, September 15th at sundown, and that runs through Thursday, September 16th at sundown. So that is the Day of Atonement. It's considered the most solemn or most holy day of the year in God's eyes. So that's an important one to pay attention to. And more about that later. Somebody say more about that later. Anyway, the days of awe. So that time period between when Rosh Hashanah starts and Yom Kippur ends, that is called the days of awe. And it's a 10-day period of reflection, introspection, repentance, and all of that to prepare you for what God is going to release to you in the coming year. Somebody say, I like it when God releases new things to me. Then what is so cool about that is a lot of people stop there. They're like, oh, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, yay. But what happens 5 days after Yom Kippur is the Feast of Tabernacles starts. Now, the Feast of Tabernacles, also called Sukkot, is or the Feast of Booths. It's got several different names that it can go by. Lori is asking, will it be available afterwards? You'll be traveling during that time. Yes, the replays will be available. I'll probably leave them up through the end of the month, maybe a little bit into October to give people time to watch everything. So yes, Lori, replays will be available. Thanks for asking that. And then let's see. So Feast of Tabernacles, that is going to start. When does that start? That starts Monday, September 20th at sundown and runs through Monday, September 27th at sundown. So that's a whole week there of Tabernacles, which is actually celebrates and gives thanks to God for a bountiful harvest. It commemorates the time period that the children of Israel spent wandering in the wilderness on their way from Egypt to the Promised Land. So that time period that they were just wandering around for 40 years, this is what Tabernacles, the Feast of Tabernacles, is commemorating and honoring. So we'll talk more about that in the challenge. But how do you honor these days? How do you honor these days? And how can you prepare to hear and receive what God is saying and what he is doing? Well, the first thing I've already told you is to be aware. Just having the awareness of God's calendar, having that awareness that this is happening on God's timeline is one of the biggest things that you can do during this season, is having that awareness. The second thing that you can do is set aside time to listen and pay attention to what God may be saying or what he may be doing with you or in you during that period. He's going to begin to highlight some things in your life. So you want to be paying attention and leaning in to really hear and see and feel and sense what God is saying, using all your senses to listen to him, not just your ears. Somebody say, I can hear with my eyes, I can hear with my mind, I can hear with my heart. So we can hear God in lots of ways and with all of our senses. So having that awareness, setting aside time and paying attention to what may be happening in your life and what God may be trying to say or speak to you during this period. And the third thing, my favorite thing that you can do, is join the challenge. Because we're going to walk through this prophetic experience together as a group. This is the second time that I've run this challenge. And last year, man, it was so amazing to hear all of the testimonies that came out of it, and the people that were there. That last year, many of them have already signed up to go through it again with me this year. So they're excited, I'm excited, and we just want to invite other people to come and join us. And hey, if you did go through it last year, or even if you're just going to go through it for the first time this year, invite a friend to join you. There's nothing like having a good challenge buddy to go through things with you and to process things with on the outside of the nightly sessions that we're going to be doing. So it's the second time I've run it. It was so good last year. God gave me a special revelation, a special understanding for this curriculum and how to apply it to our everyday Christian life. And and how we can take this special time that God has set aside, and we can set aside some time to really look inward and to find a way to integrate into our faith, into our Christian walk, the principles that surround these high holy days. So it's a very integrative, practical, spiritual experience that you'll be walking through when you become part of this free challenge. So I'll tell you guys in a minute. You can go and get registered at comeuphigherchallenge.com. I'll pull that up on the screen here and show it to you. It's real simple. I'll show you that whole process here in just a second. But it's an 11-day challenge, and I know it says 11 days, and that sounds like a lot. Say, man, 11 days, what? But really, it's stretched across a 2 to 3 week period, so it's not as intense as it sounds. There will be the front of it'll be front heavy, and then the back it'll start to slow down a little bit. But really it's going to be about 7 days of actual teaching, and then we'll take the weekends off and give people time to catch up on replays, spend that introspection time to integrate what we're talking about into their life, to do that heart work and to really lean in and hear what God is saying to them for their personal experience, and what God is saying to them during that time. So why come up higher? Well, it's kind of a weird name, I get it, but well, God's up there. And that's so when we say come up higher, we're talking about the spiritual plane where God is, that dimension or that realm where God resides, where he chills and hangs out, right? So we're talking about that space where he is. So when we say come up higher, we're saying let's take a moment and spiritually go to a new dimension. Let's spiritually go to a new place where God is, so that we can hear from him, so that we can receive from that open heaven, and we can take this time and this season to get into God's space, into his atmosphere, and that he then can help us elevate our life into the kingdom. He can help us elevate our life and our spiritual walk with him on that new level. So that's why come up higher, in case you wondered. So we also, the Come Up Higher Challenge is going to be hosted inside of the Come Up Higher group, which is something that goes on. The group doesn't go away after the challenge ends, but it is an entry point to the group. So without further ado, let me show you and take you over to the Come Up Higher Challenge registration page, which you're going to be able to see here in just a second as soon as I figure this out. Let me get over here. Give me just a minute. Share my screen. There's that button. Share my screen. Let's see. Is it going to ask me which screen? Let me see. Hopefully it'll pick the right one. Oh, lets me choose. There we go. I haven't shared screen with this software before. There we go. Here, I'll make it big for you. All right. So, this is comeuphigherchallenge.com. That's comeuphigherchallenge.com. And so that's where you're going to want to go in order to register. And it's really easy to register. All you have to do is click that big orange button right there, join the challenge. You can also read a little bit more about it. There's all sorts of, copy fodder there. We start in 5 days. 7 hours, 21 minutes, and 40 seconds. That'll be for the first official session. We will have a kickoff session before that, but that countdown is to the Monday meeting time, and we'll have a Sunday kickoff session. But anyway, we'll get to the schedule in a minute. But you can reveal an open heaven and bring alignment for your destiny. This 11-day challenge will help you gain clarity on how the Jewish festivals are relevant to your modern day Christian faith. And here's some things you're going to learn when you sign up. You can go here to the page and read it for yourself. Then we got some testimonials here about what other people who went through the challenge last year, what a few of them had to say about it. They loved it. It was awesome. And then if you're convinced at that point, you can sign up. I mean, it should be an easy convincing. It's free, right? Just sign up. So you don't have to put a credit card in or nothing. And then here's kind of my story about how all of this got started in my heart and my trip to Jerusalem and all that kind of stuff. And then here is the schedule. Now this addresses Lori's question from earlier. We will have a live teaching in our private community on Facebook each day. The sessions will last approximately 1 hour. Some will be a little bit shorter, some will be a little bit longer. But they will all be recorded and housed there in the group. So you'll be able to go back and watch the replay. You can go watch it a second time if you want to, or you can go and let's see here. You can watch it a second time if you want to, or if you miss a session because of schedule conflicts or whatever, you can just catch the replay on your own time. But we'll have a kickoff session on Sunday at 5. That'll just be real short, welcome, intro, housekeeping, a little overview of what to. And then on Monday will be the first official session at 8 p.m. We'll meet every day at 8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday we will take off so that people have time to watch any replays, get caught up if they miss something, do that personal reflection, have your family time, your personal time. Then we'll come back together on Monday and Tuesday and we'll wrap it up. Then Tuesday, remember, that's going to be the day right before Yom Kippur. We'll take the rest of the week off so that you can have your introspection with God through Yom Kippur. And then we're going to come back for 2 bonus sessions at the end during the Feast of Tabernacles. So they'll see there's what is that, 6 days between day 9 and the day 10 bonus. So we'll come back on Monday the 20th and then again on Sunday the 26th for 2 bonus sessions to talk about Tabernacles and Hashanah Rabbah, which is the last day of Tabernacles. So go ahead, go to right here, comeuphigherchallenge.com, comeuphigherchallenge.com. You can read this if you want to. If you're like, I ain't got time for all that, then just click this button, join the challenge. And it's real simple. It'll take 30 seconds. Put in your name, your best email. Phone number is optional. If you would like to receive text message reminders, that is optional. But first and last name preferably. First name minimal. Your best email. And because you're going to get a welcome that gives you a link to join the group where all of these are going to be housed and all of that. And then click join the challenge. That's it. And then it'll take you to, well, let me just do a little test thing here. Krista, hello, kingdom818.com. And then we'll skip the phone number, join the challenge. Then you'll have to do this little deal to make sure you're not a robot. Parking meters. Don't y'all hate these things? But hey, if you had to deal with robots like I've had to deal with them, you would appreciate them. Then it's going to take you to this page with my cute face there. And then it'll tell you your 3 next steps. Check your email, join the group, tell a friend. Boom, you're done. You are in. And then when you click here to join the group, it's going to take you over to our Facebook group where all of this is going to happen. And then once you're there, there'll be a button right here that says join. I've already joined, obviously. So, but there'll be a button right here that says join, and you'll click that. I think there's 3 qualifier questions that basically just says, hey, did you register? And then you will, it'll send me a notification like I got a notification over here already. I'll go and read your responses, let you in the group. Then when you're in here, you can just come in. See, there we are streaming right now into the group. So you can come in here. Hey, Jerry's here. Good morning, Jerry. Hey, Linda, you're here too. See, Jerry, Linda, I didn't know you guys were here. So what I need y'all to do is come up and click right up here, right there, StreamYard.com Facebook. Click that link so that I know you're here. And so we're streaming this to about 6 different locations right now. So I got people watching here. I got people watching on my profile on YouTube in 3 different groups, 3 different Facebook groups, my business page. So we're hitting several different areas right now. So I don't know if you're watching unless you click that link and leave me some comments that can feed into my software here. So anyway, you'll come in. You can go ahead over to explore the menu up here under this More tab. There's the events, and all the events have already been added. So you can just click into these. For me, it says invite. For you, it'll ask you if you're going. You can click going on all of them. And then what's going to happen is Facebook will send you a reminder and a link just to click and hop in there. So you can do all that. You can check out the discussion. You can scroll through. There's lots of posts in here from, all the way back to last year's thing. Most of these at the beginning were me setting up all these events. But yeah, so your view will look a little different than mine. Like here's one, get reminder. That's what it'll look like for you. You can just click that get reminder and boom, it'll say reminder set. And now Facebook is going to send a reminder for that session. But so you can scroll through. There's a few other videos in here, some encouraging posts there's my sister from another mister. So there's posts and things like that in here. So there's content already in here you can go and explore. But the main areas you'll need to know about, though, are the events, the announcements. That's where things are pinned. So up here in the featured area, these are things that are pinned. So all the live videos will be pinned up here in the featured area. And then the guides. The guides is going to be where every day after a live, this is like your hub where everything. So all the videos will be over here under guides. Any things like the schedules here, some FAQs for the challenges here. So each day, like the kickoff event, I'll add all of the information here. If there's any homework or worksheets or anything like that, they'll go in here for each day of the challenge, okay? This has already been cleaned out from last year's. All of those have been deleted. So it's just waiting for me to add in the ones from this year. So it's going to be fun. Somebody say it's going to be fun. Are y'all excited? I know I'm excited. So that is how it is done. So go up here. Let me go back to the Come Up Higher. ComeUpHigherChallenge.com is going to look like that. And so you want to go there and then just click that join the challenge button, put in your name, your email, and then it's going to pop you over to join the group. And that's all you need to know. It's easy peasy. It'll take like 2 minutes to register. So if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and get registered. And I'm very excited, looking forward to this challenge. It's going to be amazing. It was so good last year. And I've got some new things for this year, freshening up the content a little bit, and got some fun new stuff to be able to walk us through. God's just showing some new things. Somebody say new thing. It's a new year. It's some new revelation. Come on, somebody. All right. Well, let me pop over in the comments. I see I got a bunch of them showing up over there. Hey, Penny's here. Hey, Penny. Good to see you in the house. It's been a while since I've connected with you. Hey, Jer Bear, my sister. my sister from the same mister. How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you. Oh, there's my sister from another mister. Miss Jillian, good to see you. Oh, it's gonna be fire, girl. You know it's gonna be fire. Look, I gotta stretch my neck when I put comments up there. I gotta figure out if I can rearrange this or make these smaller. Like, doesn't that look like it's taking up half my screen? I gotta stretch my neck. I'm gonna have to get me a taller chair. Oh, yes, I can see you now, Jerry. I can see you now. You click the link. Thank you, sis. New year, new revelation. You got it. You got it. You got it. All right. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you're as excited as I am. I mean, Lord knows, have mercy. If you're not excited by now, you should be. Your wood's wet. Somebody saying that don't light your fire. Your wood's wet. Come on. But anyway, I hope y'all have a fabulous day. I'm going to go ahead and close this out here. Don't forget to go over and get registered at this thing, comeuphigherchallenge.com. Join me for 11 days of prayer and reflection so that you can reveal an open heaven and bring alignment for your destiny. That's the comeuphigherchallenge.com. And don't forget to, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching anywhere, actually go on over to inspirewithfire.tv, and that's where all of our archives are kept. You can subscribe right there and never miss an episode of Inspire with Fire. Just know that you are loved, you are valued, and you are appreciated. Inspire with Fire airs every Wednesday morning at 8:08 a.m. Eastern Time in the Come Up Higher group, and also on my business page on Facebook. So if you haven't tapped into Inspire with Fire yet, then come on and join us. It's a party. It's a party every Wednesday. And in Inspire with Fire, we talk about kingdom elevation for your life, faith, family, and business. So for today, though, here's what I need. For today, I need for you to go to the Come Up Higher challenge.com and get registered. If you haven't done it yet, do it. What you waiting for, boo? Go. I'm just rambling. Go. All right, that's it. Go to comeuphigherchallenge.com and get yourself registered, and I will see you guys Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the kickoff. And then our first session of the challenge will happen on Monday at p.m. Yes, p.m. in the evening. That's because I got people in California who want to be a part of this, so I can't really do it at 8 o'clock in the morning because that's 5 a.m. for them. And how many of y'all know they ain't going to get up out of bed? That, and also now that this year is a little different climate than we had last year, not as many people are at home as we had last year because of COVID and whatnot. So this year we need to do it in the evening so that those people who are back to work in offices and things like that can be a part of it too. So 8 o'clock p.m. Each evening, and we are going to lean in. We're going to spend some time with God. We're going to party. We're going to have a good time, but we're also going to have transformation. So let's get ready for some transformation, and I will see you guys next time. Okay. I think that's all I got. So I'm just going to close it out here with this slide and tell you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. See you Sunday. Don't miss Sunday. It'll be fun.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me.